Animaniacs? Okay, so here's the deal. I know that this is the series finale, but the fact is, it's also the holidays, and I'm really busy, but I wanted to give you guys something, so this is a less polished, ranty video. I will do a full video on all of Korra season by season, eventually, but in the meantime, to make it up to you guys, I am going to post a Korra Q&A video on New Year's Eve. So starting now, all the way up to the 31st, you can post questions down in the comments of this video about anything in the entire Korra series. Okay, so I'm basically just gonna list off all of the important things that happen. And I'm just gonna go with the most important thing because it's probably the #1 thing on everybody's mind. Oh my god! Korrasami is canon! See, I bet I can predict what everybody's reaction to this one. You finished the episode, and you had just a couple minutes of frozen, did that just happen? Then you completely flipped out. And you pretty much did what I did, which is that you ran around the house going, Korrasami is canon! Korrasami is canon! Korrasami is canon! Because that is what this is. This is not a female friendship stance. You can get away with holding hands and going through a portal, but 2 hands gazing into each other's eyes on a private vacation, and is the last shot in the entire series. Oh, by the way, what was the last shot in the entire series of Avatar? Oh, right! Yeah, this is significant. Oh, but they could still just be friends. Korra's just comforting Korra after the death of her father. Okay, shut up! The fans are having a moment. And as much as I'd like to say that this is the first canon same-sex couple in children's animation, that's not technically true. I mean, this is just such an amazing, is this really happening moment. And it's not like this has come completely out of nowhere. Not just that the two were buddy-buddy in season 3, but there's just been something all through this season too. Asami was the only one that Korra wrote letters to. When Korra and Asami met and Asami commented her hair, Korra actually blushed. The whole, what's going on with you two? It is definitely something that exists. And it was something that was planned. I guess this is all the creators could really do to make it as canon as they could without getting a bunch of angry protest letters or something. I mean, holy crap, they were able to get away with this. I mean, I know they were able to get away with this because it was the last episode, but still, holy crap. I mean, then again, it being the final episode, it's like, why couldn't you just go full on and have them kiss? But I guess that probably would have, but even if the creators wouldn't have gotten any extra flack for it, since the series is already over, Nickelodeon probably would have. Yeah, this is just, wow. I mean, nobody probably would have expected that it would have legitly gone this far. So just standing ovation to you guys. #2, Varrick and Zhu Li. Varrick and Zhu Li got married! Varrick and Zhu Li got married! Oh my god, I need to calm down. It's so weird. I am one of the most anti-romantic people I know. I hardly ever like canon romantic couples. And I am so giddy about this. Wait, he goes from oblivious wave off to interrupted childhood anecdote. Oh my god, who else wanted to break Kuvira's face when she interrupted them? Then next scene, straight to proposal. No formal admittance of feelings? Just assistant to marry me? You know what? I'm gonna take it. Varrick and Zhu Li got married! Will you do the thing for the rest of our lives? And was that ring made of geminite? And I will say it again, the best couples are the ones that are the least overplayed. Well, this is the second least overplayed. They're the ones that are not front and center shoved into the plot. It's just all of those little cute moments around important events. So after all of the romantic hell that nobody liked in season 1, they ended on 2 great romantic relationships. And nobody remembered Bolin and Opal, and it doesn't really matter. Alright, #3, all of the not deaths. Really? Nobody died when Kuvira attacked the building. Really? No one? I mean, I guess I really shouldn't be surprised considering that this is still a kids' network. But seriously, straight up terrorism, giant robot direct attack, and nobody dies? Well then why should we be scared of your giant fuck-off laser? Yeah, notice, this entire episode, the laser doesn't kill anybody. It blows a lot of shit up, it makes that kinda cool cut across the skyline thing, that was awesome, but it just temporarily knocks people out, and eventually Korra's just able to bend the energy from it. Heck, Mako serves himself up on a silver platter. He and Bolin even have that great touching scene right before he's supposed to kick it. And at first I thought this was the strategy of having Mako do basically nothing for 2 seasons, so that when he died we wouldn't really be that upset. But no, I guess he was still too prominent because he gets saved. And then the one guy who actually died, he dies by robot hand smash. But granted, that was actually pretty powerful. I mean, basically, they just brought him back so that he would die, but at least he was a character that we have known from a previous season with a significant connection to a character that we do really care about. But still, we haven't seen him since season 1, so we're not that upset that he dies. You know, a character whose absence isn't really gonna f*** up a lot of future fanfics. So he was probably a prime candidate for the one death. And actually, it was kind of like Poli's death in the end of season 3. It was one of those ways to portray graphic deaths without actually having to show anything. Because we see that hummingbird robot smashed. That was pretty powerful. But still, giant robot completely fucks up this city and everyone's fine? I mean, geez, if you're gonna be the more mature season, be the more mature season. Number 4, Kuvira Cop Out. Wow, Kuvira's conclusion is just a major disappointment. A full season showing how sociopathically insane this woman is. People are in concentration camps. Unprovoked invasion. And then all she had to do was admit she was sad about being an orphan, and then she's sorry? She did all this because she didn't have anybody to love her, but then she attacked her fiancé. Everything you do does not make sense. Not to mention that this was just flat out expositioned at us. There was no setup for this being Kuvira's motivation. This was just, oh, all I needed was 2 seconds for someone to just listen to my childhood problems. Really? In the finale, in the series f***ing finale, this is how we end our final villain. Man, this really is an anime now. We just had this huge chunk of dialogue where characters just flat out told us what they were feeling and what the whole show was about. Korra even backward expositions her entire character arc for this season to Tenzin, even though we just saw it. And then the whole Kuvira being the dark side of Korra thing that was built up in this season, was that going to lead to that somehow the massive spirit nuclear explosion that made the new portal was going to meld their minds together so they became one person? Nope, we're just both impulsive, angry people. Kuvira just needed a friend to understand her. And then all the violent, evil tendencies gone. Well, geez, why didn't we send over a dog lover to Hitler then? That could have solved World War II. Yeesh, as if we needed more reasons to remember why Azula is still best evil crazy chick. Just realizing I wanted my mom to love me didn't keep me from being crazy and evil. And number 5, Wu's redemption. It's here and I am glad. I'll even forgive how Wu suddenly got badger mold telepathy powers and his terrible singing, because he not only saves a bunch of people and he willingly gives himself up, he finds a way to trick his enemies and calming everyone down. And then to top it all off, he gives up the throne. And then he says he wants the Earth Kingdom to be run as independent states with elected officials. Ha! I knew an American show couldn't end by reestablishing the monarchy. Good job, Wu. It took you a while, and you're still annoying, but you have redeemed yourself. That was an arc that had a conclusion. Wow, Wu's arc was more successful than Kuvira's. That is just a failure in and of itself. And real quick, best lines of the episode. Hey guys, Republic City is my home, and I gotta tell you, it's not worth dying for. And Zhu Li, do the thing! There are no more things to do! Alright, so just a reaction to the finale as a whole. As a finale to the entire series, this really felt rushed. This did not really feel like an ending to the series. I mean, like I said last time, season 2 had much higher stakes, the ending of the world and all that. And even in season 3, the personal threat was so much more prevalent. Oh my god, I take back everything I said about the Red Lotus. I mean, I still would have really liked to know why these guys loved freedom so much. But compared to Kuvira, I mean, at least they stuck with their convictions, man. But this was just one big, long action scene. Now, granted, it was a really cool action scene. Like I said, when the skyline gets cut off, all of the metal bending, and Kuvira drags Korra across the ceiling of the robot. Bolin had the lava weapons, and oh my god, somebody thought to block the eyesight, thank you! But seriously, this was me, like, the entire time that I was watching it. Okay, unlevel the ground so it'll fall. Unlevel the ground so it'll fall. Unlevel the ground so it'll fall. Ooh, building! Oh wow, that made it fall! Oh, it got back up. Wow, that is a really flexible robot, but god is it slow, because Jesus Christ was this thing slow. It is amazing that Asami's dad even managed to get swatted. Too soon, too soon. I mean, at the end, the robot just lost all of its intimidation. because the laser failed to kill anybody, and it was just so slow. Maybe next time you could have actually, like, breaking the windows, and at least, like, the wind draft would have, knocked Kuvira off or something. I mean, heck, Kuvira and Korra didn't even really have a final fight. The robot just exploded, and all of a sudden, ooh, nuclear blast! Except that it's spirits, so it's fine. And there's a third spirit portal! I don't know why that's significant, considering that the portals are open. I liked watching them take down the big robot. I liked that we got to see Lin in a different outfit. I even liked the series ending with Korra realizing how important compassion is. That's at least something. But I just didn't feel the weight of the danger after the big laser attack cliffhanger ended with no one dead. So it wasn't suspenseful, I was just kind of waiting for them to take down the robot. And then how Kuvira was handled was so disappointing. And I was gonna say at least it didn't end with a Deus Ex Machina. I mean, even the spirit laser bending wasn't all that far-fetched for the Avatar. It is spirit energy, or maybe Korra realized how not actually lethal this thing was. But then you think about what happened to Kuvira, and it was like a character Deus Ex Machina. We just decided she wasn't evil anymore. Problem solved. But at least the series ends with everyone on a good note, and it wasn't just cut off like some shows. And then the Korra thing happens, and nobody remembers anything else about the finale except that. It's like, what giant robot? What disappointing villain arc? Because this is what everyone's going to be talking about, and it has been making me smile all day. So Korra, even if it wasn't the most memorable final conflict, and I just mean that in terms of everything else you've done, you have left your mark. Alright, Animaniacs, write your questions down in the comments. I'll see you all New Year's, and everyone have a very happy holiday.